I like to think of myself as a thought leader. I think that's a great concept. I love the idea of thought leadership. I think that is a wonderful contribution that we can make in our communities, is to stimulate thought. As a matter of fact, if you know much about the brain, and the brain really does mediate health, and if you're going to discuss something about forward healing, I guess it's probably a pretty good idea to acknowledge the brain is responsible for coordinating all the functions of the body. Things about the brain that most people are not aware of is that it does need stimuli. Um, of course, if that stimuli exceeds what we call metabolic capacity or experience of overwhelm, and that is like stress in the body is adapting to stress, or it's expressing symptoms of stress. The brain really does need stimuli in order to grow, in order to actually to survive, not even grow, just to live. So dialogues that can stimulate something in the thinking is very healthy, and I appreciate the openness, because it seems like you guys have really mastered embracing diversity, which for me is just a personal mission, one of many, but I love the feeling that I can be and show up however I need to be, and it's okay. The brain needs stimuli, the brain needs oxygen, the brain needs nutrition. But I do want to share with you, I became a doctor of chiropractic, mostly because I literally suffered with a condition called mitral valve prolapse, and nothing helped. So when I went to the chiropractor for the first time, I was actually blown away by what just hands did, because all the other conventional treatments that I didn't just seemed to not help, and my suffering was prolonged. So one of the things about, pain being one of the talks about people who are in pain for, I guess, being pain with them constantly. The philosophy and the study of chiropractic for me was one of the greatest gifts of my life, and I really would, even though I understand that not everything is for everybody, but you seem like you'd be able to glean whatever wisdom you can get wherever you stand. And I can tell you there was a lot that it offered me, in that it helped me recognize some things that I found to be very empowering, like that the power that made the body heals the body. I know that sounds, almost basic to a lot of people, but when you lose your health, what happens is you get very fearful. You're actually off center, and it's nice to be put back on center, because once you're off center, we do some really crazy things when we are not in our strength, in our power. And that was me when I was suffering. In the middle of suffering, between all the fear and all the concerns and all the pain, I was off center for a very long time. So much so that I tried something as crazy as chiropractic. And I've heard people thought I was nuts, because chiropractors are for back doctors and they can't help heart conditions. And but I am definitely standing here today as a living testimony that it helped, and it was life-changing for me, because I needed to understand this more. So I went to chiropractic college and learned a lot about the major premise, and how that there's an intelligence in all matter, thus continually giving its properties and actions. And it spoke to me. You know what I mean? When something resonates, I mean, it resonated with me, and I was like, oh, thank you.